My name is Anthony Ajulu, and this is your number one family radio station, Inspiration FM. We have all the latest transfer gist on the show for you today, and then we're bringing you all of that. Chelsea, much to the anger of Triple O, they've had a bid rejected by Brighton for Moises Caicedo. We're talking about that on the show as well. Plus a lot more, so you want to stick around for this one. Brighton have rejected an £80 million bid for Moises Caicedo from Chelsea. Like what they said, Triple O, let's be fair. Brighton have seen Chelsea collect all that money. They've sold this one, sold that one, made all kinds of money, and they've seen what all the other clubs are collecting for their own players. And they've thought, hey, why not? And that's what they're doing right now.
That's the thing. Sadly, that is the thing. And it's been reported that because West Ham United sold Declan Rice for £105 million a couple of seasons ago, Aston Villa also sold Jack Grealish, who at the point in time was their best player, for £100 million. Don't forget, when Jack Grealish was sold to Manchester City for £100 million, and Kane was supposed to join Manchester City for £100 million. Yeah. Then after the Jack Grealish's deal, Daddy Levy said, no, you cannot buy Jack Grealish £100 million that I sell Harry Kane to you for £100 million. And that is the case of Caicedo. And I think, in as much as Caicedo has been the crybaby, I think he's a confused little boy. I think he's a confused little boy. In January, he handed in a transfer request wanting to join Arsenal. That deal did not materialize. Arsenal submitted £60 million. That deal did not see the light. Did not see the daylight. And guess what? After the transfer, the winter transfer closed, Caicedo extended his contract with Brighton. You were crying. You were just saying that you know where you came from, your family, and all that. Don't forget, he released that statement there. His family, he was playing the emotional game and all of that. Then he extended his contract on the 2027. If he had not extended that contract, maybe Chelsea will have upper hand. But Brighton, they look at him, his contract still on. This is 2023. He has on 2027.
Let's still stick with Chelsea, actually, because Pochettino is talking. He says we need to build a balanced squad at Chelsea. He says that they still need to add players this summer, but wants players who are fully committed to his project at the club, even if they're not starting. Yes, Chelsea have sold lots of players, but we have agreed on this show that the squad still looks very, very light. They still need to, add a few players into the squad. And Jackson Martinez, Nicolas Jackson, Christopher Nkunku, good players, but again, that midfield in particular looks very bare. And I think Pochettino has a point here.
Yes, he has a point, and that's the reason why they've been working so hard on Caicedo. They're still talking to Brighton, and the backup plan for Caicedo is the Southampton midfielder, that's defensive midfielder, Romeo Lavia. Liverpool are close to sealing that deal, so Liverpool also are rushing to seal that. But if you look at this Chelsea team, it's not balanced. The reason it's not balanced is you look at the left back position. Pochettino mentioned that Chelsea have 4 left back, 2 right backs. If you look at the centre back position, there's Badiashile is out injured. Fofana is almost out of the entire season. Season will never start. He's almost out of that entire season. And there's a 38-year-old Thiago Silva. Yep. After Thiago Silva, there's Levi Colwill, not so experienced, a very good defender, but not so experienced. There's Chalobah. He's still a small boy. He still makes rookie mistakes. Then there's so if you look at the attack as well, the attack looks okay. The midfield is thin. There's no defensive midfielder as of now. Just a couple of young players. There's Cassidy, Santos, a couple of young players. There's Gallagher, who could also be on his way out. Yep. So they need to add in the middle. They need to add in defense, and they still need to sell.
Alright, but what's the delay with Rasmus Højlund? Because we hear now that PSG, well, it's the same, Qatar owners. Anyway, PSG have made a bid. They have officially made a bid, but it's way below even what United offered the first time as well, or what United are thinking of offering as well. We know Atalanta want 80 million. United are thinking of offering 60 million. That's their ceiling for Rasmus Højlund, but PSG have made an opening bid. They have made the first salvo. £42 million is what they have offered. United, if they want the man, they have to step up.
Not really. PSG have said they can't pay more than.
So take it or leave it deal.
Okay.
Like they said, Højlund is not what the amount Atlanta could. I think for United, they need to sort out some outgoings, and I think that's where they are at this point in time. A new striker first, then a backup midfielder. I think that's what they have on the template at the moment. But again, this season, they're not bothered whether there's an big coming from anywhere. If the player doesn't, if the player wants to go. You cannot force us into a bidding war or something. I think that's where United are at the moment. And I like the fact that they're taking their time. But again, on the flip side, don't take your time too long because the season will kick off very soon. And for ETH, it needs to ensure that it's prioritizing a striker at this point in time. He's the manager of the team. He has come out to say, oh, it does need a striker desperately. And get one signed as soon as possible.
All right. Let's go to Harry Kane and Bayern Munich. We hear the big guns from Bayern Munich are going to London to talk to Daniel Levy. We hear Jan Christian Dresden, who is the chief executive, is the technical director, Marco Nepe, also in that contingent as well. So they are storming White Hart Lane, they're storming the London Stadium, storming Daniel Levy's office to ensure that they get this deal done as soon as possible, buddy.
Well,
70 million has been rejected. We know this, but hey, they're serious about it this time.
We will said it here. Just drop the 100 million.
They're storming Tottenham Hotspur Stadium.
They should storm now. The same way they storm out. Because see, Daniel Levy, you can't. Is like a mountain that cannot be moved. It will always have his way.
Yes.
In every transfer window. So for Bayern Munich, if they like, they should go and resurrect some of their former directors. As long as Bayern Munich continue to fail to meet up with the expected transfer fee, then there's no deal at this moment, Anthony.
Well, we hear that it's around 86 million pounds. That's the next one they are going to now.
Listen, why the pricing market has to Africa? Just drop the money.
You know what Tottenham wants. If you give, I think Tottenham will take 90. They're asking for 100.
Daniel Levy will not take 90.
No, I think they will take 90. 90 plus 5 in add-ons.
We followed the Premier League for too long for us to think 90 million would.
But this time
they want to sell less than what he wants.
Also, where Bayern Munich got it wrong. The president came out to say, oh, it would boost the Bundesliga as in 𝐈𝐿 boost the Bundesliga.
It gives power.
We saw the scene of Lionel Messi and the rest of them. You bet me or lose to get this player.
Did you enjoy this video? Hit the subscribe button for more. Leave a comment and like. Thank you.